Happy Monday. I want to give y'all some mindset work and some motivation for this Monday. And the motivation is to change your verbiage of what you tell yourself. So let me give you a scenario. Well, let's back up a little bit. We all know that what we say to ourselves impacts our actions, impacts all of our thoughts. And we have been told that we can change our thoughts, right? I don't necessarily know that you can change the thoughts that come into your head because let's be honest, thoughts just pop in there. But we can choose to accept them or just simply acknowledge them, right? So let's think about it this way. Thought pops into your head, you have the choice to either accept that thought, and then your brain is then going to fuel evidence to support that thought. Or we can simply say, well, that's a thought. It came from a feeling, maybe a feeling of fear or a feeling of um, doubt or dread. If it's a negative thought, if it's a positive thought, then maybe it came from a feeling of confidence or a feeling of, um, joy or whatever. So when you have a thought that pops into your head, you have the choice to either acknowledge it or accept it. You do not have to accept all the thoughts that come into your head. So let's talk about how changing our verbiage can affect this. So if you have the thought of, I want to work out, I want to be someone who's in the gym every day, but I just don't have time. So when you tell yourself, I don't have time, your brain is going to fuel that with evidence. It's going to tell you, you're right. You're too busy. Your schedule's overworked or full. You're overworked. Um, whatever. I had a whole list, but your brain is going to tell you that, you can't manage your schedule correctly because you're overworked and you're tired and you're stressed. And so you do not have time to go to the gym. So you're right. You don't have time. That's what your brain is going to tell you. But I would beg to say that if your, celebrity crush or if someone who had passed away, say hypothetically they get to come back for a day and you would get to go spend some time with them at lunch. You would clear your schedule and make the time to go to the gym, to go with them, right? So you do have the time. It may not be a priority for you at this point in your life, and that's okay. So if you change the verbiage from I don't have time to that's not a priority, then your brain is going to function and fuel that differently. So when you say that's not a priority for me, then your brain is telling you that's not a priority right now. You have other things that are more important. You're in control of your time. You're in control of your schedule. It's not that you're overwhelmed or overbooked. It's that you are making conscious decisions on how to spend your time correctly based on your priorities. So you have this really negative verbiage by saying, I don't have time. And your brain is going to fuel that with all the negative reasons of why you simply don't have time. So when you switch the verbiage to that's not a priority for me, then that becomes a positive thing that you are in control of your time. You are prioritizing what is important to you and what's not. So by simply changing the verbiage, you're actually changing the way that your brain thinks. Okay, let's do another one. Money. Money is a big topic, right? And I changed my verbiage around money a few years ago because I did not want my children to think that we were just dirt poor and didn't have money for anything. So, and I didn't want them to see that not buying something was a negative thing. I wanted them to realize that not buying something out of impulse or out of desire just to have the item was actually the responsible thing to do. So instead of saying, I don't have any money, I can't afford that, which is fueling my brain to say, if I say that thought, if I say I can't afford that, I don't have any money, then my brain is going to fuel that by telling me you're broke, you can't afford that, you don't have any money for anything, you can't ever get ahead, you can't buy the things that you want, you know, you're poor at managing your money. It's going to fuel all of those negative things. But instead, if I change the verbiage to, I don't have money for that yet, or, you know, that's not valuable to me right now, or it's not a priority for me to purchase that right now, then that's going to fuel my brain to where I'm actually saying, okay, I'm managing my money responsibly. I'm not buying things that I don't need. And I'm saving my money for the things that I do need. And the price that's on that product or that item is that's just not valuable enough to me right now at that price. So it doesn't mean that if it doesn't go on sale that I might go back and get it, because that price might make it more valuable to me, right? Or whatever. So just simply changing the verbiage from I can't afford that, or I don't have money, or I'm broke, to that's not a priority for me to purchase right now, or it's not valuable enough to me at that price point, or I don't have money for that, made a big difference. And my children started to see that, oh, okay, so we have money for certain things and we're not going to blow our money on other things. So that's another example of how to change your verbiage. So I don't want this to be too long. I just wanted to give you a little bit of mindset work, because I know a lot of times, especially in our business, um, money and time are the two biggest reasons people choose not to join, and they're two reasons people choose to join. So having an understanding of that verbiage that we tell ourselves and what it does to our brain can make a difference in our business, as far as our personal and as far as for other people. So when you are thinking about your business and you're thinking about things that you need to do for it, and you're thinking, I don't have time, then maybe you look around and restructure some priorities. Because if it's not a priority for you, then you're not going to create the time. Because we all have the same 24 hours in a day, even though we all have different responsibilities. Some of those responsibilities we are choosing to prioritize over others. So a little bit of mindset work. I hope this helps a little bit for you to kind of change up the way that you're thinking about some things. And as always, if you need me, you can just give me a text or a call. Y'all have a good day.